How's it going, everybody? Right here today, and we are back with our Minnesota Wild Draft to Glory, and we are in the Western Conference Finals up against the Edmonton Oilers. And guys, so far, it's been a really tense playoffs. Back-to-back 7-game series. This one looked like against the Jets, looked like we were going to lose it. And then, it was just back and forth, like loss, win, win, loss, win, loss, win against the Dallas Stars. Let's hope it goes a little bit better against the Edmonton Oilers. In case you guys forgot, since last Friday, here are the lines. It is Kaprizov, Johansson, Greenway, Parise, Eriksson, Ek, and Zuccarello. Parise's had a pretty good playoff so far, 7 goals. Kaprizov is obviously the one carrying us, but the first line is a minus, so maybe Greenway has to come off that line. We'll check it out as we go here. Then we got Fiala, Bonino, and Takashi, Hartman, Rask, and Foligno. Defensively, we've got Sutter and Spurgeon, Brodin and McCoshen, and then Dumba, who I just demoted because he was such a bad plus-minus, and Zamenhof here, who's been okay. And then in goal, we've got Cam Talbot, who's not had the greatest of playoff series. He's not been great, but I don't think he's the reason that, we've gone to 7 games. We'll see, though. We got game number 1 up against the Edmonton Oilers, and before that, let's take a look at their lines. I'm pretty sure Connor McDavid is still there. I don't think he's ever going to go anywhere. Has anybody ever seen Connor McDavid go somewhere else in franchise mode? And if so, were you like 15 years in the future? Anyway, let me know. They have Cahoon, McDavid, and Yamamoto. And then Thornton, Draisaitl, and Bobby Ryan. Interesting. So they are splitting up McDavid and Draisaitl, which makes it a bit easier for us. Because I know with McDavid and Draisaitl, when they're on the same line, that is deadly. But Draisaitl on the second line, you can't find a better second line center. Then they have Tyler Benson, Paquette, and Puljujarvi, Neal, Zajac, and Cassian. So their bottom 6 isn't great, and their top 6 wingers aren't great, but their centers are insane. Defensively, they got Nurse and Barry, Clefbaum and Bouchard, and Shillington and Miller. So not bad, but not a great defensive core, if you ask me. And then in goal, they got Anton Khudobin, who's had a really good... Mikko Koskinen and him, I guess, have been splitting a lot of time. They've had great, and I mean great, playoffs so far. So, yikes, that doesn't bode well for us. Hopefully we can shake them, and, they're just low-level starters. Maybe we can get past them here. Anyway, we got game number 1 here in Minnesota. First period, it's 1-1 with Nick Bonino on the power play, but James Neal, I believe he was on the 4th line, scores for them. It's 1-1. We do have the lead as far as shots. Second period, it's 2-1 to your Minnesota Wild with the playoff hero, Craig Takashi, boys. All right, 2-1 heading into the third. It would be amazing to start out this series with a win. Get off on the right foot, Right now, things are looking okay. Things are looking good. It's a 1-goal lead, though. I'm very nervous. I know the Edmonton Oilers can score at will with McDavid and Draisaitl, but with 5 minutes to go, things are looking good. Can we keep the door closed? Marcus Johansson scares the crap out of me, but does score an empty netter to give us that little bit of insurance marker on the score sheet. I do want to see, was anybody a minus? What line was a minus? It was the Bonino, Takashi, Fiala line, Matt Dumba. Dude, I can't give him any less ice time. I'm not going to scratch Matt Dumba, but that's okay. It was 1 goal. It happens. You're not going to be perfect every night. But we got off to a very good start in this series. Can we keep it going on home ice? Keep that home ice advantage in our favor. First period. Edmonton scores with James Neal on the power play again. So both Edmonton goals in the Western Conference Finals have been scored by James Neal. And, if James Neal's the only one that's going to score for Edmonton, I will take that. Second period, it's still 1-0. Now, we need some goals. Shots are even, but Edmonton's James Neal is the only one. And then Connor McDavid, just as I say that, gets Edmonton a 2-0 lead, gets them the insurance marker, and then they draw a power play. They are unable to score halfway through the period. Minnesota, we get a power play. Can our power play answer? It's a long one. Oh my goodness, we were on the power play for 6 minutes. And with 2 minutes to go, it doesn't look like we're going to score a single goal. 2 goals there for Edmonton. Actually, I don't really care about their stats, although I guess I could check out what they're doing well and what we're not doing well. It's again the Fiala, Takashi, Bonino line that looks like it's not doing well. Okay, so the Bonino, Takashi, Fiala line did not do well. That would be a minus. If we move Nick Bonino down, Victor Rask up. How's his defensive? It's 83. Would Hartman be better? 85 Foligno? I mean, maybe. I'm not going to move Craig Takashi down. I will move up Victor Rask Hopefully that'll help the offense there on that third line. But yeah, the third line has been a serious problem for us so far in this series. I mean, it's not like we've gotten scored on that many times, like twice at even strength. Maybe not even. I think once at even strength. No. It was twice because they were a minus, right, in that first game too. But anyway, after going up 1, it is now 1-1 in the series as we travel to Edmonton. Let's see if that change on the third line is going to help us out at all. First period, it's 1-0. Mats Zuccarello scoring on Hudobin with a 15-5 shot advantage for your Minnesota Wild. Second period, oh my word. Kaprizov scores on the power play, but that second line with Draisaitl, he shows up, and Benson. But that's okay. It's, you know what? They scored 3 goals, a power play goal, 3-2 though. It's still a 1-goal lead. We can come back in this one. We've got the ability to. We just need some more offense. The offense hasn't really been there. Edmonton's goaltending is surprisingly legit, considering they have 2 83s that have been kind of splitting time. We get a glorious opportunity on the power play to bounce back into this one. We can't do it, and with 5 minutes to go, is there a hero? 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Edmonton gets a power play. James Neal's going to score the empty net power play goal. James Neal has been very, very good for them this series. And looking at the minuses, Foligno and Sutter, I mean, there's really no recurring theme here, but we do need more scoring, boys. We need to score more. The top 6 needs to get going. And perhaps it's time to move Zuccarello up, or Kevin Fiala up would get us a +3. Fiala up and Greenway down would get us a +3. Greenway's a big old -4. We get the pluses now all throughout the lineup. I'm not too sure what to do. Dumba's the guy that was it was just very, very bad on that first pairing. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to change the offensive lines, leave the defensive pairings as they are, and it is now a 2-1 series lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Things are not going terribly, though. We just gotta, it's close, it's tight, just a few tweaks and a few, big shifts in the momentum, and we can easily get back into the series and take the lead in the series. But all that matters right now is taking a lead in game number 4. First period, it's 1-1. We don't get a lead, but Kevin Fiala on the first line does get a goal for your Minnesota Wild. Leon Draisaitl is picking up steam, which is very scary. Second period, we do get 2. There's Kaprizov. Power play goal from Draisaitl. He has been on fire right now, but Marcus Johansson gets us the lead back, and it's nice to see our first line getting all 3 goals. I'm pretty sure, he's on the power play, yes, but all 3 guys on the first line now have a goal in this game, and that's what I needed. I needed my stars to step up when it matters. We don't have a guy like McDavid, and we certainly don't have a guy like Draisaitl, especially for that second line. Heck, the center position has been incredibly weak for us, but we need the top guys on this team to step up. A power play goes begging a chance to get the insurance marker, but with 60 seconds, we are going to shut it down. 37 shots to 30. Offense was there. Let's double check the stats. I know plus minus is not a great stat to look at, but it's the best one we can look at. Their power play is just too good to, I think, slow down. I don't think the penalty kill changes would do anything there. But the important part is we scored 3. They scored 2. It's a 3-2 league. We got to get to 3 and hold them under 3. Whatever that takes. And it's 2-2 in the series. It's now a best of 3. Everything is even. As we head back to home ice, in front of our hometown crowd, hopefully we can get some positive momentum from the fans in the stands. And right now, I'm kind of liking how things are looking. It looks like there were a couple changes that need to be made, and I feel very confident about this series right now. I know it's 2-2, but I seriously do feel confident. First period, 3 goals. Greenway, Dumba, and then Johansson. Greenway on the third line, Dumba on the third pairing. 2 guys I demoted, chipping in when it counts. And Marcus Johansson on the top line getting another goal. 1 shot in 20 minutes for the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, why is it 20:05? That's intriguing. Anyway, second period. And we do score 1 apiece. Joe Thornton on the power play. Their power play is so good. But Ryan Hartman on the fourth line keeps our 3-goal lead intact. A power play opportunity. We cannot extend the lead to 4. We get a really long power play here. Plenty of shots, but can't capitalize on it. We do give Edmonton life with a power play, but they can't seize the opportunity. And with 5 minutes to go, our 3-goal lead remains intact. Edmonton hasn't been able to generate much here in Minnesota. It's a 4-1 final. And we have just advanced to a 3-2 series lead. Now, I don't think anybody's going to be a minus, but to check out what worked, it seems Greenway and Kaprizov, so the third and first lines, seem to be clicking there. So that's really, really good to see. Back-to-back wins have us in a prime position to win this series, but I can't say anything until it's over. Let's go. Game 6, up to Edmonton. Trip to the Stanley Cup Finals is now on the line for Minnesota. First period, up 1-0. Joel Eriksson-Ek and our second line center chips in with a goal. That's huge for us getting that early lead. Second period, it's 2-1, and that's why, boys, Joel Eriksson-Ek is going to get a second goal. He's coming to play when it matters. Dominic Cahoon on the first line for Edmonton cuts the lead back to 1. He actually tied it, but Eriksson gave us the lead again. Third period, Minnesota in a very good position. I would love an insurance marker. Somebody step up with the insurance marker. I don't want to just rely on Talbot to just shut the door. I know I can, but I don't want to put it all on his shoulders. But with 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and that's all she wrote. Your Minnesota Wild are headed to the Stanley Cup Finals after beating Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the Edmonton Oilers. Boys, you got to think, if they might have put Draisaitl with McDavid, that could have changed the series, because I don't think we could have stopped that pairing on the first line. Those two would have been unstoppable, but considering they have such weak wingers, they didn't get much help down the middle. I mean, McDavid and Draisaitl didn't get much help from the guys around them. Putting them together might have saved that series, and you might have liked to see that. And who will we be taking on in the Stanley Cup Finals? It is a Game 7 between the Devils and the Panthers after the Devils forced a Game 7 with a 4-0 shutout victory. Here we go, boys. Game 7, Devils, Panthers. Who will come out on top? It is the New Jersey Devils, the 51-win New Jersey Devils, 51-22-9 for the Devils. They did kind of stumble their way into the playoffs, but that doesn't matter. They made it to the Stanley Cup Finals after a Game 7 victory over the Panthers. But guys, that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.